Away cleanly, and Holloway with 7 steps to the first hurdle, and he is out very quickly. Daniel Roberts usually comes on closer to the end of the race, but being a semifinal and with 3 to automatically qualify, probably not going to press for it. Holloway wins the heat easily, with Daniel Roberts finishing second. 13:07, a meet record, a world leader, and a personal best for Grant Holloway. Daniel Roberts finishing second in a 13:31. Ty Brown, his teammate, also making it through automatically at 13:62. From Kentucky, the junior Faith Ross.
And Faith Ross is ranked just underneath Duncan. She's number 6th in the United States, currently running at 12:89, and that is windy as well.
The first 2 across the line, automatically qualifying to tomorrow's final. And a good start by Alexis Duncan on the outside, as well as Milan Young in LSU. It is Duncan who is looking like the winner. And then on comes Faith Ross. So Duncan winning the heat, and Faith Ross coming on over the last half of the race. Duncan running 13:04 and Faith Ross 13:19. They're the automatic qualifiers. Good reaction to the gun by Janique Brown,
wow.
And she is off and away. Around Gabrielle McDonald of Texas A&M was right there with her, but now she's just opened up completely. So quick between those hurdles. She's going to win the heat easily, and very, very close down at the bottom with Masai Russell. 12:84 the winning time. She outdistances Masai Russell, who did come up for second place. Kendall Muhammad there of Kentucky really doesn't need to try to win this heat. He's one of the top 3 that are going to finish automatically qualifying through to tomorrow's final. And then the other Ole Miss runners running as hard as they can to the finish line, because they know there's 2 heats after them, and maybe they will have run fast enough to get through on time. Kendall Muhammad there of Kentucky really doesn't need to try to win this heat. He's one of the top 3 that are going to finish automatically qualifying through to tomorrow's final. And then the other Ole Miss runners running as hard as they can to the finish line, because they know there's 2 heats after them, and maybe they will have run fast enough to get through on time.
Ben Young, of course, having a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He did not get through in that 800. Certainly going to do everything he can to hang with these guys and get through in the 15, because his team needs him right now to get through.
It's going to be Bethman and Young right across the line together, along with Maine. Those are your qualifiers, your automatic qualifiers.
How great of a move, how savvy running was Ben Young. As soon as Bethman made that move, he let him attached right to him and just let Bethman pull him along. Really, really great tactical racing strategy from Ben Young, where he let Bethman pull him along into the finish.
Only the winner automatically qualifies through to tomorrow's final, and then the next 5 fastest times. Dwight St. Hilaire of Kentucky and Trinidad and Tobago. He will be in lane number 3.
That's where you just saw St. Hilaire make a huge move right there as they went into the turn. Look at how he's starting to extend that stride, that great knee drive as he is coming up on the edge of Kyrie Johnson.
Remember, only the winner automatically qualifies, and that's going to be Dwight St. Hilaire. We saw him in the 200 last night. He is going to win it, and on the outside it's going to be Raymond Kibet of LSU and Kenya, but Hilaire easily through at 45.98.
Well, his coach Lonnie Green said that it has taken a lot for him to trust the process, but it paid off right there. Think about how patient he was to have that great, strong finishing kick that he would need in that final 100, but he didn't go out too aggressively and overexert himself in the first portion of that race. He stayed very strategic, worked his way up through the pack as he came into that 200-meter mark and came around the turn, used that, carried all the way through, still looked really relaxed, even though you could see his stride turnover was much more rapid in that home stretch.
And has now gained the lead. Dyer out there with no one to see, but except he sees Chloe Abbott now.
Look at the technique of Abbott right now. The long stride length coming off into that curve. You're going to make sure that your body stays in that curve and transitions smooth into the home stretch, keeping your knees and ankles in front of you. You don't want your heels to have too much of a high back kick. You want that front end running mechanics to stay in front. Whew.
And Abbott ties the time of Jonathas. 51.80. No, she has the fastest time amongst the heats at 51.80, the leading qualifier in the women's 400 meters. Now it's a matter of who finished behind her and what their times were Tiara Robinson-Jones of A&M is going to get through on time, and that's all from this heat as we look at Abbott, really nice and relaxed.
In the middle of your screen, in the black, she said, I've been working on my breathing, especially in the home stretch. She said earlier mentally in the season, I was negative a lot, and I thought, what if I just go out and give it my all? Well, guess what? What if got you the fastest qualifying time in the prelims and the reaction.
So that's dropping the bubble time down to 52.84. There's no more bubble. That is what's going to get through on time. Chloe Abbott winning with the fastest time amongst the 5 heats at 51.80.
Steiner, one of the fantastic freshmen that we have been talking about this entire broadcast and for the last couple seasons.
Richardson very, very slow to the set position, but gets a good start. It is Steiner, now Richardson on the inside. Mamicha Penniman of South Carolina, but now Sha'Carri Richardson just pulls away. Clark with a terrible start. Courtney Johnson already out. Again, has not run a race this year. Jania or Arizona Augustine, and on the outside, Kiana Gray will win the heat.
Far left in your screen in the all black, Kiana Gray did not get a good start. She was a meter and a half behind Johnson, who got a fantastic start next door, but the arms and the execution in the middle of the race, she stayed patient and she didn't panic, and she hit that top end speed like she told me she wanted to.
So there are your 9 finalists led by Kiara Parker of Arkansas.